We have such an incredible array of actors, and seeing them inhabit their characters and dig deeper into their characters, and we as an audience learning more about each of them. And of course there are the creatures, there's the wyvern, there's Chillin, exciting new creatures, and the manticores, which are wonderful crab-like creatures, which I think are a very funny scene with Newton and Theseus. And old favorites, the Bowtruckle and Niffler are back, and a source of mischief and humor. There's so much I like about the movie. It's in a way a blend of the first and the second. It's not as dark as the second, but it has some of that intensity in parts, and also it has some of the humor and warmth from the first film. Its scale, we go to Berlin, we go to China, we're in Bhutan, we're in New York, we're at Hogwarts. We are all over the globe. Dumbledore's army, this is a band of outsiders who come together to perform this mission. Every single one of them is an outsider and doesn't really belong, but does belong as part of this group. And that's always fun to watch. That's a theme that runs through Joe's work in Dumbledore's army, or specifically, but also, Harry, Ron, Hermione, Neville, Seamus, Dean. They're all outsiders. And it's one of the reasons why we're so drawn to them, because that's what we all are, or feel like we are in some way or other, outsiders. A Grindelwald type character is ever present, alas, in our world. Maybe not in magical clothing, but is ever present. And we felt that it was very potent and powerful to have someone who was more grounded and evil. So we went for Mads, because Mads is one of the best actors working today. He's charismatic, and he's beautiful, and he's got a physicality, and he's got an intelligence. And he makes that evil palpable and tangible because it feels possible. It feels real. And I think that makes him and his performance very powerful. We learn much more about our characters, and we explore, obviously, one of the most significant characters in the Harry Potter world, which is Dumbledore, but his relationship with Grindelwald. And Jude really does portray that complexity. You feel the heartbreak, you feel the sadness, the desperation in part. And it's a very, very moving performance. I've had the privilege of working with Stuart Craig for 20 years. He is the greatest designer to conjure a world, as he has done in Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, that is at once magical, but at the same time grounded, and make that world wondrous but accessible and real, is remarkable. And I have never seen and a quality of work that I have never seen elsewhere. Steve is a brilliant writer. He understands character, his ear for dialogue, and the musicality of his dialogue is something very special. Finding the connective tissue and shaping those stories into 2.5-hour films it's a marvel. To retain Joe's voice and spirit while so doing is just a reflection of him being the brilliant writer he is. Great stories, vivid characters, tireless imagination, and an originality. Joe's narratives are unconventional, and in so being surprising. And her characters are us in one form or another. And so because we see ourselves reflected in them, and this world is as magical and wondrous as it is, wouldn't we all like to be a part of such a wondrous world?